Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup. We were in Washington Square Park in New York City, where thousands of people are right here in the park preparing for a May Day rally and march. Right now there's local music playing, but we'll try to show you the crowd. It's pretty packed. Few thousand people. The energy is through the roof here. Signs everywhere, people everywhere, organized labor, all sorts of people from New York City. This is the second protest we've covered today. A few hours ago, we covered protesters blocking entrances on Wall Street. If you look on the front stage, you see a giant banner, no ICE, no war, no billionaires. And there is thousands of people out here, and it is only growing as the workday ends. This is one of thousands of protests happening all over the country. I'm trying, by the way, not to lose my hearing because it is fucking loud out here. This is one of thousands of protests happening across the country. The organizers for May Day Strong are asking Americans not to work, not to go to school, and not to shop. These protests are an offshoot of the general strike that happened in Minneapolis in January, which we covered on the ground, where people did not work, go to school, or shop there too. There are protests happening all over the country, and the energy out here is just unbelievable. There's people of all ages. I saw little kids. I saw grandmas, you name it. So we're going to show you some music here for a little bit. Then there's going to be speakers. And, of course, we'll interview folks, too. Please smash that like button. Share this live stream so you can get it out to more people. I'm holding my ear because this is like the saxophones and a loudspeaker, and I'm going to go deaf. So please bear with me. But please smash the like button, share this live stream, and please, if you can, support this on-the-ground reporting. We were live earlier in New York City. We're live again in New York City. We were just live in Chicago. We might be going live in Minneapolis, too. So we are everywhere, and we are independent and on the ground for you. We're also live, I believe, on Midas Touch, our partners, so thank you to them for broadcasting this. But this is super important. Don't be fooled. We have been living in a new Gilded Age far before Donald Trump became president again. It is bipartisan. We have a rigged system, and we have politicians on both sides who are bought off. That would be Republicans and Democrats. It is less profitable to say that because there are channels on YouTube and TikTok and Substack who just play team sports in terms of politics, and they tell you the Republicans are the problem or the Democrats are the problem. They're both the problem. Obviously, Trump is the biggest problem right now, but we have a rigged capitalist system in this country, and people are really struggling. So bear with us. We're going to show you more of the music. We'll be interviewing people, and I think speakers are going to be starting soon too. Thanks. Would you like to speak to us? Great. So we will not be silent. Tell me about what brought you out here today and describe this vibe, seeing all these people out here.
Well, I'm a Local 79 journeyman, and I came out here because of solidarity and brotherhood, and unionized work is the best work. It has good health benefits, livable wages, and it's just suitable for New Yorkers doing that. The cost of living is going up.
And, you know, right now, workers are under historic attack. You have AI replacing jobs, Trump giving tax cuts to the rich. They're trying to cut health care. Can you kind of talk about right now what are working people and union workers up against?
We're up against a lot. We're up against non-union, and we're just up against fighting for our work. We need our work so that we can have livable wages for our families, because we built this city. So I just think that if unions built the city, then it should stay union, because everything, it works for everybody.
And by the way, we should point out, May Day began May Day began in the 19th century because organized workers, labor unions, 300,000 workers in the 1800s went on strike, and that became the Haymarket Massacre where people died. But they went on strike for the 8-hour workday, and now, I mean, people are working 2-3 jobs, having to choose between medicine and groceries. Meanwhile, you have our presidents building a ballroom and focusing on all this nonsense. Can you talk about the priorities right now of our government?
I just think the priority should go to the workers, not the billionaires. Like they're talking about in the rally right here. It's like the workers should have the power, because without the workers, no work gets done. The billionaires have the money, but they can have all the money in the world. If they don't have people to build the city, then it's not going to get built. And you want it built right and built with integrity, and you get that from unionized workers.
Right now, there's a big local fight, but it also has national implications. The mayor is trying to raise taxes on the wealthy corporations. The Democratic governor is basically being a stop sign. What are your thoughts? Because all the media focuses on Trump, but the Democratic governor here is resistant to raising taxes even a little bit on corporations and the wealthy.
That's kind of a problem, because we need the Democrats on our side. Because as being a union worker, I'm part of the Democratic Party, and I do believe that we need everybody to just work together. Even if we have to come to an agreement in the middle, like maybe everybody can't get everything they want on each side, but if we come to the middle, then we could come to an agreement, and I think it'll work.
And my last question, how are you, your family, friends holding up? Gas prices through the roof, healthcare, housing, childcare, electric, all prices are up. But it's not like wages are going up significantly. How is it? How are you dealing with it in your life?
That's a good thing, but being that I'm a unionized construction worker, like I make a livable wage. So even though it goes up a little bit, I can fluctuate with it. That's what I'm saying. I believe that if you're a union worker, it makes it more stable to live in New York City or like anywhere that is union work, so that you can have a livable way to live. That's it. It's just hard to not, if you're not union, because it's with the wages, and non-union goes against like the health care. It's just a lot of political stuff that's involved in it too.
What's your name?
My name is Tom Walker.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Absolutely. So if you come out here a little bit, you can see, I mean, the park is packed and it's not even 5 o'clock yet. Of course, even though people want folks not to work today, practically speaking, there are still people working. So it's going to get even busier after 5 o'clock when people come by for work. But right now, I'd say there's a couple thousand people in the park, Washington Square Park downtown. So if you're in New York City and want to feel a little energy and inspired, head on down to Washington Square Park. Let's hear here. Smash the like button, share this live stream so we can get it out to more people. The more people that press the like button, the more people that will see this live stream. Super chats are appreciated, and most importantly, if you can, please support us. We are the leading independent outlet on the ground, reporting, covering what the corporate media covers up. You can support us for as low as $5 a month. statuscoup.com/join. Become a member for as low as $5 a month. That's 16 cents a day.
Mina Leon is a Starbucks worker. She's also active in racial justice for trans health care fights.
Is it easier for you to put it down?
That's right. Give Mina some love. That's right.
Is it easier for you to put it down?
Worker, Starbucks United member, and a strike captain who helped to lead one of the longest fast food strikes in history at her store. Give Lena some love, y'all. The Starbucks Workers United campaign is one of the fastest growing union campaigns in the country. Let's make some noise. And it's an inspiration to the service workers around the world. Mina, please come to the stage. Thank you, Mina. Show Mina some love, Mina.
Give it up for Mina, y'all. Come on. Trans power.
My name is Mina. I work at a union store in Manhattan. Starbucks baristas have been leading a historic campaign, taking on one of the largest fast food companies in the world. Our union started in 2021, and we have only continued to grow, with 700 stores coming together, fighting for dignity and respect in the workplace. These are not just empty platitudes. but a demand to meet the needs of hardworking baristas that allow Starbucks to rake in billions in profit every year. We are not respected when baristas in 43 states have a starting wage at or below $16 an hour. We are not respected when understaffing forces us to run a busy store with only 2 baristas. We are not respected when Starbucks continues to be one of the largest violators of labor law in recent history. Just a few months ago, in December, the company settled with baristas in the city for $40 million due to 500,000 alleged violations of New York City's Fair Workweek law. It was the largest labor settlement in the city's history. Starbucks likes to brag about their benefits, but in reality, the average barista is not scheduled enough hours to qualify for those benefits. Difficulties accessing healthcare especially affects trans baristas. We are funneled into low-paying food service jobs, and at one point, Starbucks genuinely was one of the best jobs for working-class trans people to access gender-affirming care. Yet changes to the company's healthcare plan has resulted in trans baristas having to pay more out of pocket for procedures that were once covered by the company. Starbucks gives lip service to its trans workers, but corporate acceptance of trans people only serves one purpose: to extract as much labor value as possible from us. In its pursuit to maximize profit, Starbucks will try to squeeze as much labor as possible for as little cost as possible. That is why they keep cutting our hours. That is why they keep our wages low, and that is why they keep our staffing low. They will continue to take everything out of us just to make a few extra dollars in profit. The pay gap between CEO Brian Niccol and the average barista is one of the largest in the country. His wealth comes at the cost of my ability to pay rent, buy groceries, and access healthcare. He was paid $125 million in the past 2 years, while many of us are struggling to keep up with the rising cost of living. The only thing keeping Starbucks and other corporations from exploiting us further is an organized working class that won't stop fighting until they accept our demands. We would not have been able to come as far as we have were it not for our amazing community here in New York, or without groups like DSA, who have been an ardent supporter throughout our strike. I know that the help with everybody here, we can win a fair first contract. I need everyone here to stop buying Starbucks and to uninstall the Starbucks app from your phone. No contract, no coffee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mina. Give it up for Mina. We feel like y'all was too quiet. We want to get y'all hyped up, so we're going to do some chants.
Where the fuck is Mandani?
When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's go.
The workers united will never be defeated. The workers united will never be defeated. The workers
United.
will never be defeated. The workers
United.
will never be defeated. The workers
United.
Never be defeated.
the workers.
United.
I said the workers.
United.
I said the workers.
United.
I want to give a shout out to Elena, the essential worker, and the Living Wage campaign. It's a fight for a $30 an hour wage. So let's join them. Who doesn't want $30 an hour, y'all? $30 an hour? I'm going to be living in a high-rise building in Manhattan, I tell you. All right? You know, I want to say something that's very important. As we listen to a lot of people speak here today, labor and immigrant rights are intertwined. Right now, across this country, immigrant workers are under attack. People are being taken from their homes, from their jobs, and from their families. And we need to name it for what it is. This is not safety. This is terror. Our fight for fair wages, safe workplaces, and dignity on the job is the same fight for immigrant justice. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. Everyone deserves respect and dignity, no matter who they are, where they are born, and what language they speak.
Yes, yes.
Y'all, I want to bring up an amazing speaker who has been on the forefront of fighting. Lupe, a street vendor project. Lupe is a second-generation street vendor who's been in the business for 10 years. She's worked alongside her mother, who has been working as a street vendor for close to 30 years. They sell a variety of foods, from raspados to street snacks in East Harlem. Y'all give it up for Lupe from the Street Vendor Project.
Hello, everyone. My name is Guadalupe Sosa. And I am a proud daughter of an immigrant street vendor in New York City. I stand here proudly as a first-generation Mexican-American who has achieved a lot of stuff because my parents migrated here 30 years ago. And like my parents, thousands of other immigrants migrated here. And we are the workers who wake up every morning and make sure that this city runs. We are the workers that for many years have been ignored. But finally, we are seeing change. After almost 50 years, this January, City Council passed the Street Vendor Reform Package of bills, an important win for all our hardworking street vendors, specifically for our immigrant street vendors. Immigrants power New York industries, from deliveristas to construction workers to healthcare workers, taxi drivers, street vendors, day laborers, domestic workers, you name it, that's us, we workers. And New York State has the power to stand for immigrants. New York for all would require that state and local law enforcement resources are not used to help ICE. With that, we want to say vendor power, ICE out, and tax the rich.
The rich, tax the motherfucking rich. Tax the mother, I said tax the rich.
Tax the motherfucking rich.
Tax the rich.
Tax the motherfucking rich.
Tax the motherfucking. All right, listen, tax the fucking rich. Listen. When I say who's got the power,
Smash the like button, share this live stream, comment, and super chats are really appreciated. And please support us if you can. We are the leading independent outlet on the ground across the country. This is our third May Day live stream of the day, and we need your support. We have zero funding from oligarchs. Statuscoup.com/join. You can support us for as low as 16 cents a day. Statuscoup.com/join. The crowd is growing, definitely a few thousand so far, and they'll be marching at some point soon.
Listen, there's a lot of power in this room. No matter who you are, you have a lot of power and a lot of fights. Y'all, I want to bring up another amazing speaker, Edison from Make the Road New York. Who knows Make the Road? New York. All right. Edison is a mechanic. Edison relies on traveling around the state to look for work. Oh, Edison, you traveling. I love that for you, baby. Daily risk his life as a worker due to lack of protections for immigrants across New York State. And Edison will come here to share his story on him traveling just to find jobs. Give it up to Edison, y'all. Edison. Make some noise, make some more noise for Edison. Come on. We had breakfast, we had lunch. This is sun. Give it up for Edison.
Buenas tardes a todos. ¿Cómo están, New Yorkers? Mi nombre es Edison. Soy residente de White Plains, vecino aquí de Westchester. Miembros de Se Hace Camino a Nueva York. Soy mecánico, inspector, contribuyo con la sociedad aquí en New York. Este es un trabajo honesto y esencial de que depende mucho la ayuda de todos. Antes de que aumentaran las persecuciones y el miedo entre las comunidades inmigrantes, yo trabajaba y conducía libremente por la ciudad, por el Parkway, por la Highway, por todos lados. Pero desde que empezaron las redadas de migración, yo tuve mucho miedo. Y así como yo, muchos de mi comunidad también lo sintieron. Sin embargo, esa libertad me ha sido arrebatada para mí y para todas mis comunidades. Debemos poner fin a esta práctica. Necesitamos la ley New York for All. New York for All por siempre, señores. Nuestras comunidades han demostrado una y otra vez que cuando nos armonizamos y luchamos, logramos mejores condiciones de vida para todos nosotros. Es importante recordar lo que nosotros en Se Hace Camino a Nueva York, junto con trabajadores, sindicatos y nuestros vecinos, hemos logrado a través de la lucha y el esfuerzo colectivo. Hemos conseguido victorias para aumentar los salarios de los trabajadores, prevenir la explotación y crear protecciones específicas para cada sector laboral. Estas victorias no ocurrieron por casualidad. Estas victorias ocurrieron porque todos lo demandamos, señores. Ahora necesitamos que todos ustedes luchen, sigamos unidos todos por los trabajadores inmigrantes, personas que como yo simplemente necesitamos la capacidad de movernos de un lugar a otro sin temor a nada, caminar libremente como todo New Yorker. La ley New York for All es importante para mí porque ayudaría a restaurar la dignidad y la seguridad de las comunidades inmigrantes. Garantiza que los recursos locales se utilicen para apoyar la aplicación de leyes federales de migración. Este proyecto es más que una simple política. Se trata de proteger a las familias, a las comunidades y permitir que todas las comunidades vivan sin miedo.
It looks like New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani has just arrived. I see him behind the stage. So the mayor will be speaking soon, it appears.
Protección para todos los New Yorkers. Deben hacer realidad la ley New York for All right now. En este Día Internacional de los Trabajadores, estoy aquí para apoyar la ley, porque los trabajadores inmigrantes merecen seguridad y dignidad y la libertad de trabajar. ¡Sí se puede, señores! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
All right, listen, y'all. Like many of us, I would have crossed borders. I would have crossed oceans, searching for safety, for the chance to live authentically. I say this because as an immigrant, I know the fight for New York for All, which will end the collusion with ICE and our local and state agencies. And that is why we need New York for All. And our next speaker understands that our city should belong to the people who make it run, not billionaires, not corporations, and not systems rooted in fear and exclusion. He has consistently stood with immigrant communities, working people, LGBTQ plus people, New Yorkers, and movements demanding justice and dignity for all. Please give a loud May Day welcome to New York City Mayor, Zoran Mamdani.
Good afternoon, New York City! How we doing? How we doing? Happy May Day, everybody! I want to say thank you first and foremost to the organizers, the activists, and the hard-working men and women of New York City. Let's hear it for them. Now, I would not be standing in front of you as the mayor of our city were it not for the support of working people. And it is such a pleasure to be back here with all of you in Washington Square Park, the cradle of worker power. Time and again, New York City workers have shaped history from where we stand right now. We speak of Eugene Debs calling for the 8-hour workday and the end of child labor, where 20,000 plus called for change after the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire in 1911. Workers have won the rights that are taken for granted today. The 40-hour work week, the weekend, overtime pay, minimum wage, Social Security, workplace safety standards. These have all been won by the workers who came before us. And yet we know that those rights are not inevitable. We have to work together to not just protect them, but to advance that same agenda. And our City Hall is committed to doing everything we can to put working people right at the heart of that agenda. That is why we have delivered millions of dollars to workers and small businesses who are being ripped off by mega corporations. That is why we appointed the first ever Deputy Mayor for Economic Justice, Julie Su. That is why I stood there alongside NYC nurses and Starbucks workers on the picket line. And that is why we continue to fight for those who power this city as we look to deliver universal child care, faster buses, cheaper groceries, protecting our neighbors from the cruelty of ICE. And yes, working to tax the wealthiest and the most profitable corporations in New York City. Now we know that one of the best ways to uplift worker power is to stand with our unions. There is no New York City without unions. A union town that is union strong. I want to ask you a question, and I'm going to give you a hint. The answer is always union workers. Who built the Empire State Building? Who keeps the magic alive on Broadway? who drives our buses and cleans our streets. Union Strong is more than just a slogan. It is a practice of solidarity. And I want to acknowledge and thank the president of the New York City Central Labor Council, Brendan Griffith. Let's hear it for Brendan. Let's hear it for Murad Awadeh, the executive director of the New York Immigration Coalition. Let's hear it for all of the staff and the workers at the CLC and the NYC. Every volunteer, marshal, and committee who made this May Day what it is. And the 60-plus unions and organizations that are here with us today. In the words of Samuel Gompers, you can't do it unless you organize. Together we will show the world what solidarity means. That a people united, a people organized, cannot be defeated. So when I say union, you say strong. Union! 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 Happy May Day, New York City!
So that was Zohran Mamdani speaking, the mayor of New York City. A lot of positive response in the crowd, aside from one woman who's typically rowdy and routinely gets removed from protests for a little too much exuberance. Smash the like button, share this live stream.
I took a photo with
The crowd is growing here. Thousands of people.
The most famous person in New York
And
City.
people. And couple fights almost breaking out next to us. So it's a spirited area. Another day in New York City. Another day in New York City. So that was Mamdani, who, by the way, right now is low-key in a battle with New York Governor Kathy Hochul, a Democrat who's refusing to tax the rich and increase taxes on wealthy people and corporations, which in New York, the mayor needs the governor to approve any tax increases on the wealthy or corporations. So Governor Hochul, who's up for re-election, claims to be for the working class, but if you look at her donor sheet, follow the money, folks, to find out why she won't raise taxes on the wealthy. Hint, it's not because the wealthy will flee.
She spoke up and helped to fight and pass the Construction Justice Act that made it $40 an hour minimum wage.
Yes.
And a benefit package, $40, y'all. She's now a union construction laborer and able to put her kids through college.
Yes.
Let's give some love for Shawana.
Come on, Shawana. You better do that, Shawana.
My name is Shawana, and I will not be silent. I'm from Harlem, and I'm a proud member of Laborers Local 79. Is 79 in the house? Our union represents construction laborers across 5 boroughs. We are from almost every country in the world. We are black, we are brown, we are white, we are gay, we are straight. And if you come for one of us, you better come for all of us. That's how family works. That's how a movement works. Before I joined the union, I struggled to survive as a single mom. I was paid poverty wages, offered no insurance. My boss paid me so little that I had to rely on public assistance while working full time. I couldn't afford to buy my kids school supplies after paying rent. Through joining the Local 79 Apprentice Program, I'm proof that a union job can uplift families. Now I'm putting my kids through college. The wages and benefits we have are because my union fought to organize. Because workers before us raised their voices. They marched. They demonstrated. As a union member, I see the power of using my voice. I was part of the fight to pass the Construction Justice Act, which guarantees a $40 pay package.
So if you noticed here in front of us, there was a press section. It was packed, if you could show. There was a press section that was packed in the beginning, but right after the mayor spoke, they bounced out because they don't actually care. The mainstream media in this country, including the local media, they don't care about the issues of income inequality, economic injustice, economic misery, corruption in government, pay to play in our government. As soon as the mayor was done, all the camera people got out of here because they got their shot, they got their soundbite for the 10 o'clock news, and they're gone. And they don't care to show any more of the speeches. They don't care to interview folks in the crowd like we do. They're here, check a box, and leave. And we see that over and over and over across the country, where if the media shows up, they show up to get a 10 to 15 second soundbite, and they leave.
When the right to organize and protest is under attack, we will not be silent. When our health care and retirement security is under attack, we will not be silent. When our First Amendment and labor rights are under attack, we will not be silent. It's an honor to be here with my fellow laborers and our General President fighting to protect our union way of life. When I say laborers, you say rising. Laborers, rising. Laborers, rising. Laborers. Thank you.
Y'all give it up for Shawana. Listen, give it up. Strong.
A reminder, we're in Washington Square Park in New York City, where thousands are gathered here for a May Day protest. They're going to be marching soon. Zohran Mamdani, the mayor, recently spoke. We got kids out here, elderly, working class, you name it. Everybody is out here, and it's a beautiful day out, about 60-something degrees.
Cameron is a fourth-year medical student and works at a free student-run clinic in Harlem. He's an incredible, powerful speaker and organizer and can speak to intersections of environment, healthcare, and racism.
And what I'm seeing and hearing from social media and sources messaging me, there's economic actions happening all over the country. In Chicago earlier, protesters were blocking an entrance to Amazon, and we're seeing similar economic actions and civil disobedience happening in various parts of the country. Large action in Chicago, like I just said, healthcare workers blocking an Amazon warehouse entrance. Los Angeles, a massive crowd right now. Workers are blocking Elon Musk's AI company in Memphis. That company reports, there's been plenty of reports about Elon's AI supercomputer plant poisoning the community in South Memphis due to all the gas turbines they have. By the way, Elon did not have a permit for that super AI plant that is poisoning South Memphis, so workers are blocking the entrance there. Large crowds gathering in Raleigh, North Carolina. Kansas City students are walking out. That's just some of what is happening around the country. There is a lot more happening elsewhere.
And that is because our movements are not just related, our movements are one. One struggle, one fight, our movements are one. So while I and we work to build a health system that treats everyone who comes through the door with the same dignity and respect, regardless of their ability to pay, I know and I remember that we cannot build that healthcare system as long as those my patients who are coming in through the door fear being kidnapped by ICE and displaced and kicked out of this country by our fascist government.
We cannot separate health from disability justice as long as my own grandmother, who has multiple sclerosis, is not able to get 24-hour care without those workers who are caring for her being exploited and having to go on a hunger strike to earn the rights that they deserve to work in dignity. And I cannot separate health from the environment while we allow corporations to pollute our skies and our land and our homes and our communities, and landlords to kick us out of those very same communities and jack up the rent. And when you tell them you have black mold, they try to kick you out of your own home. Is that right? Is that just? Is that acceptable? And I certainly cannot separate health from the insurance system when we can see that the same insurance companies that are telling those healthcare workers that they can't afford to pay them a full living wage for the 24 hours of work that they do, that tells my grandmother that her care is not covered, that tells you that the care that you deserve is not acceptable, is not affordable, is not financially feasible, when we know and we understand that is not only affordable, it is just, and it is necessary to provide health care for every single New Yorker. And more than anything, I cannot separate health from humanity. When my tax dollars and your tax dollars, instead of going towards a just healthcare system that provides for everyone, instead of going to food and housing and care for everyone, is going towards genocide and dropping bombs on Iran and Palestine, dropping genocides all across the globe. Is that right? Is that acceptable? So when I call for healthcare for all, when I call for the New York Health Act, it is not just a call for universal health care. It is a call for the acknowledgement of dignity of every single New Yorker, no matter their race, their gender.
And by the way, we should show you, there's quite a few. We've seen Palestinian flags. We got people holding up the sign for Palestine. We have people holding up the sign for Cuba, who Trump has threatened to start a war with. So there's a lot of solidarity out here for all the countries that America has directly waged illegal wars against or helped oppress, starve, or commit genocide.
Thank you, Cameron. Thank you. Health is in labor, health is in economics, and health is in
And you see some of the signs.
Yes.
We will not be silent. There was. We are the strengths of the streets.
He is an immigrant from Turkey, a leader
pro-union
in the Immigration Solidarity Working Group, and has consistently attended the PSC's weekly court watch activities at 26 Federal Plaza. Let's give it up for Ige.
Ige. Come
Let's
on,
make some
Ige.
noise, Ige. Woo!
What's that? Money for education, not oligarchs.
Hello, everyone.
Money for education, not
My name is
oligarchs.
Jordan,
You see
and
that sign over
I am
there?
an immigrant. I am a professor, and
I
am
see
a union
power to the
member.
workers, not the billionaires.
Proud to stand with thousands of
There's
higher
signs for
education
RWSU,
workers who
Local
refuse to
1.
be
A
silent.
lot of union folks out here and a lot of
My
union
the
representation and
Professional
union
Staff
signs
Congress,
out here.
As you know, PSC CUNY.
And unions are heavily involved all throughout the country with
faculty and
organizing
staff
these May Day
across
protests
city,
from across
University of New
different
York.
industries and sectors.
And right now, higher education is under attack. Nationally, deliberately, systematically, federal research funding is being gutted. Adjunct faculty are facing economic hardship and job insecurity. Academic freedom is on the chopping block. And what is happening to our universities is not an accident. It is a political project. An oligarchy has taken over this society, and billionaires sit in government offices. Our neighbors, people who work, who teach, who raise children, who built this city, are being kidnapped by ICE and detained without due process. They just disappear. This is not enforcement, this is terror. But we have an answer for this. The answer is solidarity. Not solidarity as a catchphrase, the solidarity as a practice. Solidarity means understanding that an immigrant worker is an attack to all workers. And class solidarity means showing up literally. The Immigrant Solidarity Working Group has been at the Immigrant Court every Friday since May 2025, and we sit beside working class immigrant families. We bear witness, we say, you are not alone to our immigrant neighbors, and we are here to support you. 247 members and allies have participated, and we have made more than 1,000 discreet visits to the courthouse. And now we are building committees on our
Can I interview you about why you're at it?
making connections to the immigrant communities around us. And on May Day, workers in every country speaking every language are on the streets right now. So we are not alone. So what do we do with this solidarity? We unite with other unions and all working class people, because workers' power is only real when it is collective. We defend public higher education as a common good, not a commodity. We deliver one clear message loud enough that no billionaire can ignore it. Workers over billionaires, and happy May Day all.
Come on now, y'all. Give it up for Ige. I have another speaker, another amazing one. Elizabeth Faye. Okay, Elizabeth got some fans too. Elizabeth is from Contract Faculty United, UAW. We got some UAW people here. Elizabeth is a rank and a file UAW member and full-time non-tenure track professor at NYU. Elizabeth helped found CFU UAW at NYU in 2017 and has been a stalwart organizer and advocate for labor rights and freedom of speech in higher education. All right, bring it up, Elizabeth. Come on. Elizabeth's going to teach us. We're going to learn today. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to NYU's sort of campus. It is great to see you all. My union, Contract Faculty United, represents 1,000 full-time, non-tenure track professors, and we just won a historic first contract after 9 years of organizing. Thank you. We won the highest salaries nationwide, we won increased support for our careers and families, and we won real job security that gives us academic freedom and ensures the decisions about teaching and research are in the hands of faculty, not administrators, not donors, not trustees, and not politicians. We won because we went on strike. And it was hard to organize a strike in the most hostile political climate that any of us can remember. It was also hard to organize this strike because all of the public spaces on our campus that unions have historically used to rally, to picket, are now fenced off and heavily patrolled by security. Our members were worried about what the NYU administration might do, and they had reason to worry. 2 years ago, I was here with many of you demanding amnesty for arrested NYU students and faculty. About a week before that, I was a block east with some of you at Gold Plaza, seeing the first of 2 NYPD sweeps of Palestine Solidarity encampments at NYU. I saw SRG beat and violently detain our students. I saw my union siblings and colleagues zip-tied and carted off to jail. I saw the NYU administration respond to community members peacefully protesting genocide with violence and with contempt. In the years since, we have watched our campus literally restructure itself around the administration's contempt for the people who live, work, and learn here. Higher education is under attack, but the assault didn't start with Trump. It started when the people charged with safeguarding the educational mission of our universities decided to run them like corporations. The president of this country and the presidents of our universities want administrative bloat. They want casualization. They want lucrative AI contracts, mass arrests, astronomical tuition. They want real estate. We, students, staff, and faculty, we want a university. I think we deserve a university, and I think we, students, staff, and faculty, are the university. More than that, I know that we can win what we're willing to fight for. I know that we can win because the working people of New York City have always stood up for each other. And I know that we can win because we are making a city government that has our backs, that stands with us and not with the bosses who would call in the cops to suppress our protests and break our strikes. It's why we, with so many other unions, opposed Intro 175B. It's why we applaud Mayor Mondami's veto, and it's why we demand that the City Council uphold that veto. New York is a union town, and when workers stand together, there is no one who can keep us down. Because when we fight, we win. Thank you.
So it looks like they're getting ready to start a march soon.
It's time to
So
march.
we're going to march with them for a little bit. Smash the like button, share this live stream so we can get it out to more people.
We'll be going in sections. So please look out for your marshals in the neon green, neon yellow. You'll also see orange. Follow them and let's all move deliberately and safely. Section 1. It's going to be on my left-hand side, which is your right-hand side. Please exit out of the park using the nearest exit on West Folk Street at University Place.
So we're walking out to get ahead of the crowd here.
Hand side, which is your right. Please exit out of the park using the nearest exit onto West Folk Street.
Okay. So we got signs for the labor movement was born out of militancy, union strong. A lot of signs about ICE here. A lot of signs about ICE and the ICE terror that we've been covering all over the country. I'll note also this park is packed with union folks. So there's a lot of organized labor involvement in the May Day protest across the country. And organized labor has been a part of the union, a part of these protests, basically under the entire Trump 2.0, from No Kings to May Day. All right? We're going to walk this way. Stay with us, folks. Smash the like button. Share this live stream. Share it on your social media, too. Got a fossil fuels, fuel fascism sign. You think they're going this way? This way? Okay. We're going to kind of cut them off. Okay. Stick with us. And give it up for John. It's not easy to get the shot when he's trying to shoot over 25 other cameramen standing on top of each other. So right now you can't see it, but the park on the outer end is packed with people about to march, holding signs. So we're about to meet up with those folks. And I should point out, this May Day is happening. A gallon of gas is $4.39. That's the average right now in America. Food prices are up across categories under this administration. You have prices up across the board, electrical, utilities, housing, healthcare, childcare. And AI is rapidly laying people off, which frankly the media is underreporting, if reporting at all. Just last week on one day, you saw Facebook, Microsoft, and several other big tech companies lay off thousands of workers to double down on AI. And it's also moving down all the way to blue collar, as Amazon is openly stating they want to lay off thousands of workers, tens of thousands of workers, to replace them with robots. So here you see people starting to march. There's people marching here. Ma'am, can I ask you why you came out today?
Wow, to support May Day. Yeah, solidarity, totally.
The energy here, you got thousands of people in the park. Talk to me, and thousands across the country are having these protests. What does that say to you?
Well, that we're ready and we're here and we're ready to fight. Yeah, we're not staying home on this.
Tell me about your life, people you know, gas prices, healthcare, childcare, housing through the roof. How are you holding up?
Well, listen, I mean, this is my union, the PSC CUNY, and we have fought over the years to get benefits that most Americans don't have because they're not in unions. And there is a point to joining a union.
If you look at the 40-year decline of an income inequality, as the income went up to the top 1%, unions were battered.
No, what the billionaires, we went against billionaires and the wealth tax, absolutely. And CUNY should be.
Good. So you were saying you're from Australia originally. Talk to me about being here. You know, we're supposed to be the wealthiest country on earth, but I mean, people are talking about choosing between medicine or groceries.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I mean, I've lived here for a very long time now, so 35 years plus, so I'm used to these arguments, but it's still amazing to me that here's the way I think about it, and I've been told it. America's problems are solved problems, right? The rest of the world has figured out universal health care, has figured out the equality gap, has figured out women in politics or, how to solve any of the myriad problems we face. So just by focusing on best practices and looking around the world, and we could fix a lot of this, but it's political will. That's what you need, right?
What do you think of the political system? Because I think a lot of media would like people to think suddenly all this happened under Trump. But this has been a 40, 50-year-old new Gilded Age growing, and it's both parties, basically.
It's both parties, and you only have two parties, so you get to vote for the blue team or the red team. And most civilized countries, you'll have some sort of coalition system where I grew up and a lot of other European countries. I love the American system, but it's turned into this intensely partisan thing. We can't solve anything that way. And that's not what the voters want. That's not what the people want. Everybody wants, most people who aren't in politics want their politicians to get along. So, it's a little baffling.
How are you, people your friends, family holding up? Because I'm talking to people who are thinking about leaving the country because of prices, AI, starting to replace jobs, etc. How's it affecting your daily life?
Well, I don't know where we go where we don't have AI taking over, but it's funny. I've lived here for a long time. My wife's American, my kids are American, and only in the last couple of years did I start to think about what's an escape route for us, But I don't think we're really going to do that. I like living here. I love America. I really do. I think you've got a great system, a great constitution. I wish we'd stick to it. And I feel like I live in a position of privilege, really, so I'm not suffering like a lot of people I know. But that's why I'm out here, so that the message can get sent, because I think those of us who have a little comfort and a little privilege, it's incumbent on us to get out here and do something about the gap and about the inequality. And so that's why we're here.
What's your name?
John. Phil.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it. So that's an Aussie who's been here for 35 years. So there's people with strong New York City accents all the way to Australia. Tax the rich.
This guy's good.
Right here? This guy? Can I speak with you, sir? Tell me about why you're out here.
I'm not a good spokesman for CUNY, but I don't understand why anyone is not on the street out of concern about everyone in the White House and, sadly, corruption in the Department of Justice. And I don't think everyone should be astonished at what the U.S. Supreme Court is doing to shred the Voting Rights Act. I'm in shock. Anyone who reads a lot is in shock. Anyone who's well-informed is in shock. Anyone who cares about people, anyone who loves America is in shock right now. This is horrifying. Everyone should be on the streets right now saying that we love America, we love democracy, we love freedom, we love people getting along, we love diversity, we love equity, and we love inclusion of everybody. Even the Nazis can stay.
What does it say to you that while people here are struggling to, pay for groceries, fill the car up, the president's net worth has gone up $6.5 billion?
New Yorkers knew 30 years ago that Donald Trump was a criminal and a rapist and a sleazy person and a joke and a clown. And that's why everyone knew there was no way he could ever get elected president. The only people who like Donald Trump are people who don't know him, who have never met him. Many people in the first Trump administration have come out and rejected everything he's done because they got to know him, they saw him day to day. His chief of staff, his cabinet members, they got to see him every day. They got to know him in person and really understand how he operates. And the way he operates is he doesn't care about anybody except his daughter and himself. And now that his daughter is getting too old, he probably doesn't care about her anymore. He knows that he's old. He knows that he's going to hell. He said so himself, that he's going to hell. I don't know what motivates him except that he didn't put himself in the White House. The American people did, because we made a mistake. It's time for the American people to just admit that we made a mistake. We were conned. We were fooled by a New York City con artist. And now we have to be man enough to say, we made a mistake, we were wrong. He's not for higher wages, he's for lower wages. He's not for lower prices, he's for higher prices. He doesn't care about anybody. He's setting up cryptocurrency so that foreign governments and foreign billionaires can enrich him and give him more money than he could ever spend in the 10 years he has left on Earth. I don't understand. He doesn't have any motivation. Everyone wonders, is Donald Trump corrupt? Is he incompetent? Is he a white supremacist? Which is it? It's all three. He's making all three mistakes. He's wrong in all three, and that's why he doesn't have an agenda except to hurt other people, because no one has ever liked him since he was 20 years old. No one has ever liked him.
Seems like his father didn't like him either.
He thought that making money would make people like him. It doesn't. It makes people jealous of him. It makes the most pathetic people suck up to him because, they thought he was a billionaire. He told his daughter, he said to his daughter, Ivanka, you see that homeless man over there? That homeless man has $6 billion more than I do. And she had no idea what he was talking about. What he meant was that he was a failure as a businessman. He was $6 billion in debt at that moment. He fails at everything. He doesn't pay his debts. That's why no bank in America will lend him money. Banks love to lend money to billionaires. They won't lend to him because he doesn't pay his debts. He doesn't pay his contractors. He didn't pay Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani, the most loyal man in the world, was his attorney. Rudy Giuliani is bankrupt now. The more loyal you are, the more of a fool you are, and the more contempt Donald Trump has for you, because you're loyal, so you're pathetic.
What's your name?
That doesn't matter.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can I talk to you, ma'am, about your sign?
Go ahead. Hold on 1 second.
All right. So, thousands marching down.
Tell them we got to reset.
We're going to reset the audio here and our battery. So hold tight for a second. All right, I'm going to park because I don't want to get too.
Talk to you later. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, everyone. John here. Jordan had to leave. He had to go do some daddy duties. So I'm gonna finish up here. We'll continue the march. Give me a second. I got to call Colin, make sure everything's good on the stream. Smash the like button, share this live stream, get it out there. We got a bunch of clips up on social media, so share those around. Show people what's happening in New York City and Chicago today on May Day 2026. Hey, are we all good? Okay, all right, but we're cool now? We're good now? Okay, all right, cool. All right, thanks. Bye. We have a sign here, abolish ICE. All right, so the march is crossing West Houston Street. We are on Broadway. Just got to make my way to the front of the march. They are blowing the whistles. Really reminds me of the days back in Minneapolis when the community had whistles. They had people on every corner around the city with whistles, and just alerting the community when ICE was in the area. Those couple of months in Chicago and Minneapolis, I would go to sleep and hear whistles at night before I fell asleep. So it's funny. this street, Broadway, is a big shopping district. So as you see, there's a lot of people out on the street shopping, a lot of tourists around. We are about to approach Spring Street. You with your family and with the march on with status coup. Can I answer you? We're an independent progressive. Okay, yep, no, absolutely. Go ahead, take care. Tell me why you're out here today.
Huh?
Tell me why you're out here today.
Because they're non-union people. We're here to fight for our jobs.
What are the benefits of having a union to back you up?
Yep.
What are they?
A lot. It feeds my kids.
How do you feel about taxing the rich?
About what?
Taxing the rich.
Taxing the wages.
The rich, taxing the rich.
They overcharge us. They take at least a quarter of our wages.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Status Coup. Wait, no, Status Coup. It's called Status Coup on YouTube. All right, well, not sure how far they're going to go, where the march is going, but they are at Broome Street. Let's go a little bit towards the back, see if we get some interviews back there. All right, give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna switch the microphone to my shotgun mic on my camera, so I'm able to use both hands. Right now, I'm using the handheld. So give me a minute. I gotta switch this over. Stick around, smash the like button. The sound will be right back. right, so I believe this march is heading to Foley Square. They are at Broome Street, just a few blocks away. I'm guessing they're going to have more speakers there.
It's funny to like.
If you guys appreciate the work that we do here at Status Coup, please consider becoming a member. statuscoup.com/join. Sign up for as low as $5 a month. That's 16 cents a day. Also, super chats are appreciated. Donations. Yeah, so if you can, statuscoup.com/join. Sign up as a member. Somebody fell over. Guys, I'm probably going to wrap it up soon. Tried to get a few interviews. People kind of just mellowed out, marching Foley Square. It's been a long day. This is our third live stream of sorry, my second live stream. So yeah, I'll probably wrap it up here. Jordan and I will probably be live again tomorrow morning or afternoon. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the plan is. We might be going live. So make sure you are subscribed so you get that notification. Let's get a nice shot here.
It's going to go down till Stanley Square. I think it's a third of the way. Yeah, but there's a contingent somewhere. I don't know where it happened. This PSO down there, I don't know. Maybe around there, I can't tell. Sorry.
Yeah, guys, make sure you're subscribed. And that's going to be it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. This work is not possible without your support. So please become a member at statuscrew.com/join. And see you all tomorrow. All right.